So we have here a little update. Although what part I'm here in the women's college basketball for a little bit I can do for my JOB strengths. I do about an hour of what we're making. We have here. I'm gonna do some into the second half of the MAC championship quarterfinal and the SWAT tournament quarterfinal is at half, and there will only one game in first for a little bit, and then we'll take a little break, and then we'll go back to we have here Ball State, the 8 seed Western Michigan. Top 8 teams in the MAC regular season make the tournament. Not every team makes the MAC tournament, which a lot of conferences do that now. That they make the top team to the bottom few teams don't make it. And I like that. I mean, makes regular season something to play for, especially if your team at the bottom makes it like something that interesting and you know have something to play for. You know, makes the game interesting. You know, pretty much. We have Ball State 33-19 over Western Michigan with 2-2 in the second quarter. And then that's in the MAC championship quarterfinal. And that's what tournament quarterfinal. Texas Southern 23-20 over Purdue Union. Purdue Union is a 10 seed, top 10 seeds maybe this regular season. 7 top 6 got by the semi quarterfinals. Seeds 1 and seeds 3 through 6 get by until Thursday the 13th. However, they have to play the teams. They have to play 3 through 6, have to play 3 of 6, play 4, 5, play each. And they have to, both teams that are playing each game, they have they're fresh, it's their first game of the tournament. Seeds 1 and 2, yeah, they play on the 12th, on Wednesday, 12th here. But they had to play a team who played in the first round the day before, which is yesterday. So they get the top 2 seeds get an advantage. Texas Southern and Southern, they get an advantage because if they win, they had to play the team who played the day before, and they play a team, and they get a rest day to the semifinals on the 14th. They get 40 hours from the start of their game to the start of the next game, instead of only 24 hours from the start of the teams who play tomorrow to their semifinal game. So in Texas Southern leads Purdue Union 26-22. And then we have the Southland Tournament semifinal. The Southland Tournament usually starts at noon Eastern and 2:30 Eastern. However, on the semifinals for the women, they start at 11:30 Eastern and 2 Eastern. And that is due to the Southland men's final being at 5 Eastern today. So it can be on ESPN2, or so it can be televised at least, on in between the Power Conference or American Conference men's games. So that's kind of why it is half hour early. So for the women, and that's why. Well, let's go to the MAC championship here, where Ball State leads by 16. But Ball State trying to prove why they're the number 1 team. They lost 2 games in the MAC. Or not 13, excuse me. They lost 2 games in the regular season in the MAC. They were undefeated, then they lost 2 in a row. Which was kind of surprising, but then they got back on their winning ways. And they showed why they're a top team. I mean, Ball State did lose their showcase game. It was the MAC Men's Basketball Showcase game. And that was on ESPNU on early Saturday afternoon at noon Eastern. He did lose that. So But now, let's see if they can win. And the women, if they win, the women's teams, they had a day off because the women's are on the 12th, and the men play on the 13th in their quarters. And the women do it the way they do it. They don't do 2 sessions. They do it to where they just play one after the other. It's like one continuous session. There's 30 minutes in between each game. And that's how it goes for the women and men. The men do it tomorrow in the women are tomorrow or today in the first round, 12. The men are tomorrow in the 13th. And then on the 14th is the women's semifinals. An hour earlier than this, but that's due to so the men can get up. The men's semifinals will be by CBS Sports Network. So the men's semifinals get the men's semifinals will be televised by CBS Sports Network, and then the women's final on CBS Sports Network. So they want to, kind of like at least get the women's final on CBS Sports Network and the men's semis on TV if they can. So they have to. So they'll do what they have to. These conferences do. So. But yeah. But what are you doing? Then we have here. Usually the SWAC is not on ESPN Plus even. The SWAC does not have a deal with ESPN Plus. I mean, they do have a deal with ESPN, like SWAC football, on like ESPNU. But they don't have a deal with like and they have a deal with like SWAC to show like the men's and women basketball tournaments. And they have a deal with like to show SWAC men's games, certain SWAC men's basketball games. They have a deal with them. That's part of like they're showcasing like HBCU basketball and like ESPNU. And sometimes it's on like ESPN2. Like, usually it's ESPNU, but sometimes it's like ESPN2. And then SWAC football is usually ESPNU. So, like with the FCS football. And usually with FCS football, they usually show a lot more like HBCU football. Like usually if they do it's like a Thursday night, Friday night, like that showcase, like a day instead of more like Saturday. But sometimes they will show a Saturday if like I don't know, our FCS game if there's not a lot of like FBS games, like especially with like teams that are like in bowl contention, especially like midway through the season. But anyways, Texas Southern leads 31-24 over Purdue Union. Texas Southern was undefeated in the conference, the last undefeated team in the SWAC. Struggled for a little bit. They lost 4 SWAC games. But no, they're not struggling today though. They're playing good with Purdue Union. I mean, the SWAC is going to be a tough conference where, like there's a bunch of top teams at the top of the conference, like Southern, like Texas Southern, Alabama, Jackson State. There's a good top. It's a little bit top heavy, but you got some good teams in the SWAC. Yeah, that could fight for the W or fight for the NCAA tournament. And even if they don't win like the WNIT, Southern will make it in the WNIT if they don't win the conference tournament. But if Southern doesn't win the conference tournament, then they'll make it to the WAT, and then if the 2 seed wins the conference tournament, if the 2 or 3 seed wins the conference tournament, then the 3 teams make the one from each postseason tournament. The rules. Otherwise, there would be just 2 teams. This WBIT, the WNIT for the 2 seed. If the 1 seed wins, the Southern, then Southern make it to the WNIT. Which obviously, if you're one of these, especially if you're a SWAC or like a team, like a team that's like gonna be one and done, and maybe there are only 2 chances in like postseason tournaments are automatic bids. You're definitely gonna take the 2 automatic bids and run with it.
And an offensive. That's the 13th foul of the second quarter. And now the shot clock has been turned off.
See right here, the inbounding defender is going to help try to get the ball. Just there to kind of, cause a little chaos, nothing too crazy.
Thornton with the basketball. Now 10 seconds remaining in the half. And that will be a traveling violation. Or if you are a coach, that's something that you hate because you really have the ball, the last possession. If you take care of it, you turn the ball over, and now Texas Southern has the ball with less than 10 seconds remaining.
Yeah, you got to know what the clock is and know that you want to get the last shot. You don't want to leave any time for Texas Southern to steal a basket here.
Harmon gets it to Harris on the inside. Lucy loses it. Nice shot up, but she draws the foul as time expires. And so Texas Southern will go to the free throw line to end it here in the first half.
And that's exactly what happens. Texas Southern just patient, gets the ball into the big girl inside. A little bit of a spin there. Refs tighten it up there with the fouls, but that's what happens when you leave time on the clock. On the other end, you had Thornton with the ball. All she had to do was just wait 5-6 more seconds before she went to go for her move. And instead, you get a turnover, and now Texas Southern going to the free throw line.
The Ivion Harris at the free throw line misses the first one.
In their last game, she was 1 for 6 from the free throw line, only shooting it at 47%.
One more free throw. Good. And there's 0.8 left on the clock. And Prairie View will just run it out here to end the first.
And that is the end of the half. So we got Ball State leading in the MAC quarterfinals in the 8-1 matchup over Western Michigan. 8 seed, we got the 1, and then we have the 2 seed Texas Southern leading the 10 seed Prairie View by 8. And we have a close one here between the 4 seed Incarnate Word and the 1 seed Southeastern Louisiana. Southeastern Louisiana did lose their final regular season game. And it was the 1st of March. So they've had a long time off between games. They've had 10 days off between games. I mean, since they played their last game, which was like Saturday after, or like at like 1 p.m. I think, maybe like noon local, 1 p.m. local. A lot of the games are being played at that time, like 2 p.m. local. Um, you know, though they almost had 11 full days between games, between the start of their game and their game, and the start of their game and the start of this game. You know, even in the end, it's like close to like 11 days. So they've had a good amount of time in between these games. But they might be a little rusty, like not rust, but you know how like sometimes you need to get in a game flow. Like you're still practicing and stuff like that. Like, like obviously like they like Southeast Louisiana is still going to practice. They have like practice days or like some sort of like training or something, to keep their bodies in shape and they get in rhythm. But you're just not playing like actual like game competition, which is a little different than like, which is different obviously than just like playing like just practicing all the time.
That three. Since then, they haven't made a shot from the floor. Credit.
And we will show you a little bit of this incarnate word Southeast United, as this is the only game on right now. We will show you some of this game. Then we will end the whip run for right now. We will end the whip run right now. So
Full brand of basketball. They're feeling that uncomfortableness because of the way that they bring that defensive pressure. They bring the speed as well as Washington turns the corner and gets downhill to draw the foul. Foul is going to go against Bryn Lusby. That is her first. Third team foul on the Cardinals here in the first.
And as you saw there, also I want to say that the GOB is 12:30. So I know, so I'm going to be trying to I'm going to try and so I might be able to just a tad whip run, like just a tad, like maybe of some of the games maybe that they're on at like that start at like 5:30 Eastern. I might be able to do just a tad of the whip run, and if I can do a tad of whip run, I will. I'll try, but we'll see how if I can do some tad of whip run. That would be on like the second like WAC tournament quarterfinal. If I could, the very end of that, like the end of the Big West quarterfinal, the ending, and then you have all those Big West. You have the second quarterfinal, Southern one seed Southern's quarterfinal. That would be and then that would be the fourth MAC quarterfinal, the fourth MAC quarterfinal, and then it would be the American Athletic Conference Championship final. I'm going to try to get as much whip round. I'm going to try to do some whip round of that if I can. But I don't know if I can guarantee to do it, if I can do it. So, if I can, I'm going to try to do some. some of it. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, if I can, I will do some more tournament whip run. And tomorrow I'll be able to do some more tournament whip run. Like more games like I did yesterday. I'll be able to do the tournament whip runs more in depth, like from I'll be able to do all the conference tournaments, like the Southland final. I'll be able to do the campus site semis. The semifinals of the Peachtree League and the Northeast Conference. So I'll be able to do some Missouri Valley Conference, some quarterfinals, at least quarterfinals 2 and 3, quarterfinal 4. Pretty much it'll be by itself. I'll be able to do the fourth SWAT quarter final. I will be able to do that. I'll be able to do Conference USA, the second quarterfinal. I'll be able to do the second. I'll be able to do the Metro-Atlantic Athletic Conference, the fourth quarterfinal. Same with the fourth quarterfinal in the MEAC. Yeah, I'll show you here. And then I'll end the whip run for a little bit. Like if I can do any whip run, it'll be the ending of the WAC tournament quarterfinal. The fourth one, or the second one. It'll be the second SWAT quarterfinal. The first round game of the Big West, and then the fourth and final MAC quarterfinal, and then the American Athletic Conference Championship final. Some of that. And then tomorrow, I will be able to do some of the I'll be able to do some of the it's MEAC quarterfinal. As the MEAC quarters start today, there's 8 MEAC teams. So we go to the fourth and final MEAC quarter, the fourth and final Metro-Atlantic Athletic Conference quarterfinal, the fourth and final WAC quarterfinal, the fourth and final Conference USA Championship quarterfinal, the 2 Big West Championship quarterfinals. I'll also be able to do both WAC tournament quarterfinals 3 and quarterfinal 4. Then I'll be able to do Missouri Valley Conference tournament first round games 2 and 3. We'll not be able to do the fourth one because that is standalone by itself. Pretty well, we don't have those sports. So, but that is, but there will still be a standalone hour of that game by itself. And then I'll be able to do the 2 Northeast Conference tournaments of campus sites, and the 2 Peachtree Championship semifinals from campus sites. They go to both the West Championship quarterfinals, the fourth and final SWAT quarter, the 4-5 seed matchup, and then, so yeah, I'll be able to do that in the Southland final. So yeah. It's just interesting, But I will show you the whip run. But I will do the whip run as much as I can tomorrow. But I will do this if it's one. Well, if it's a 15 games tomorrow. Today, I'm not for sure how many I'm going to be able to do, but we'll try to get some games in. If I can, but we will see if I can. But most likely it's going to be tomorrow. There's going to be more games than there's today. I'll be able to get more tomorrow than today. If I can get some in later, I will. But I will mention the scores update though. From today's game. At least though. Beforehand, but there's not a lot of games, so I can do like a scores update quick scores update because there's not a ton of games. Sometimes the scores update takes time, but now there's not a lot of games, and so the scores update is going to be that long. And then I'll do that, and then I will. And then if I can do longer, I'll do a shorter logo.